The rules! You know who it is, back again with another one. This is very important video. Goes down to Miss Maxi today. So, making long story short, saw the video of Miss Maxi. It's a very good video, very interesting, where she was basically saying that all religion is bullshit, which is true, that Jewish people are not Jewish, that Judaism is just a religion, not a race. And I told you it again and again and again and again. Judaism is partially a race too. Because look, I'm 75% Jewish, 25% Russian, and I hear all kinds of bullshit, married Jewish, you know, things like that. And there are a lot of Jews who are non-religious, who don't practice Judaism, and yet they consider themselves Jewish. Because their ancestors, 2-3 generations before, they used to practice Judaism, and they got the idea that they've got Jewish ancestry. So what's going on with Jewish people, that they, you know, they don't believe in God, maybe they're atheists, they're non-religious, whatever. But they got this still stigma that if you're Jewish, you need to marry only Jewish. They still want to keep to their Jewish roots, they want to preserve them, even though they don't do anything Jewish. And their parents probably don't do much Jewish things either. And some of the Jewish people these days, they don't know anything about Judaism. They don't even know anything about Jewish holidays, Jewish culture. But yet they have Semitic type of faith and they call themselves Jewish. That's why, me personally, I want to go by DNA, and I want to call myself sometime not a Jew, but like 75% Middle Eastern descent and 25% Slavic descent. That's the way I want to call myself. Because really, who are Jewish people? These are the people who came from Middle East when the civilization began like 5,000 years ago, right? And they were basically the people who went out there with the idea that there is only one God. And then their teaching spread all over, and their teaching maybe spread a little bit, but it was more than that. You know, they used to have kingdom Israel, Judea, then their kingdoms got into Romans, the Greek, then Romans, etc., etc. You know, I don't want to like go into all of that, all the Jewish history. I can talk about it, but it's gonna be pretty long and annoying. And I know that my viewers are not accustomed to see videos like that, so I'm gonna keep it brief. I'm not gonna get to the, I'm gonna get to the point here. And the point is that Judaism is also an ethnic group. These Middle Eastern descendants, they went through all Europe and they decided to preserve their identities. And all these people who right now, so-called Jewish, are either converts who decided to convert to Judaism, their ancestry of Khazars, because there was like Middle-aged tribe which called Khazars, and they used to also like do Judaism, and then they got conquered, and who knows what happened to them. They probably ran away and keep practicing Judaism. And then there are like descent straight from Judea, you know, the kingdom of Judea. The Jews could just spread out, and for 2,000 years they were just traveling all over the Europe, living in ghettos, preserving their identities. But right now, there are a lot, you know, the world is open, we live in the time of globalization. Where Jewish people, they just don't give a fuck, as well as other people. And people are understanding that religion, this is pretty much ancient bullshit. It's just bullcrap, that people just see how stupid it is. And how bureaucratic it is. And all this thing like you're Jewish, marry only Jew, it's just bullshit. Because let's face it, I know there are a lot of, I know a lot of people who like religious Jew, marry whomever they want, people got converted, that's it, their kids are Jewish. And if you want to be Jewish, you can. To take 2 years, you got your conversion down, then you're Jewish, that's it. It's not a problem. So Jewish people, they're just making big deal of that bullshit, you know, like, you need to marry only Jews, fuck that, you know, you can marry whoever you want, you can do whatever you want, whether you're Jewish or not. And if you want to preserve your Jewish roots, you can marry whoever you want, get your woman to convert, and that's it, everything gonna be fine. That's it, that's all about Jewish people. As far as Hitler goes, yes, people who are killing Jews, they're like Aryans. Aryans, who they are? They're like Germans. And who are most Americans these days? Most Americans these days, these are the people, the ancestors of Germanic tribes, because if you're gonna look like 1600 years ago, all of these Europeans who came to America and slaughtered all the Native Americans, they were like Goths, Vandals, Alemanni, all these barbarians, all these tribes which conquered Eastern Roman Empire, okay? When it's 476, the Roman Empire got killed. This is what happened because of these barbarians. Then later on, these barbarians, they got into Europe. Their ancestry is Englishmen, Frenchmen, Germans, you know, maybe partially Italians, because Italians are partially ancestry of these Romans plus these Germanic tribes. And then these Germanic tribes, what they did, they colonized Africa, then they went to America, made America free, and then they took all these African slaves to America and treated them like shit. And then Nazis, they were also like ancestry of these Goths and, you know, all of these Vandals. Because this is Aryans, this is Europeans, this German tribes. The same kind of people who killed a bunch of Jews. That's very, very true. The same Aryan race, the same ancestry of these Goths, Visigoths, Vandals, Alemanni, you name it, all these Germanic tribes. So as Mr. Maxi said, it's very true. These are the same people. The same European people who came to the America and slaughtered Native Americans. And this is what, you know, this is where white supremacy idea kicks into. And all of us, like blacks and Jews, we are basically the victims of all these white motherfuckers. I mean, that's true. That's very, very true. And you know, I'm Jewish, and I noticed that most of my friends are like black and Jews, or some kind of Jewish mixture. I don't have too many friends, but people whom I hang out, this is what they are. I kind of, you know, I feel like blacks and Jews, they go well together. My personal experience again, you know. I kind of feel for black people. Because, you know, like me and you, Miss Maxi, we like ancestry of slaves. Because Jewish people got the bad, got it hard, blacks got it hard, because they're all minorities. And co-majority, these Europeans. And this is the idea, Jewish people, they get money, they have this, they have that. Well, maybe that's true, like, they're making top 10 richest people, because Jewish people, perhaps they're smart, you know, and they have their thing going for them. But at the same time, if you're gonna look at who are the most richest people, like number one richest person is not Jewish. The top spread religion is Christianity. And what's Christianity? Christianity got accepted by all these Europeans, but these all Goths, Visigoths, which came from a Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire who got this Christianity, Constantine, in the 4th century. And where Christianity comes from? Christianity comes from Judaism. So, but do I believe that Jewish people are chosen? No. Jewish people are not chosen, but for whatever reason they just were able to survive through the centuries of suffering and things like that. Do I want to be chosen? No. Because I don't want to be enslaved to the thing, you know, I'm chosen, I need to marry only Jewish, I need to deal with only Jewish people. You know, it's not a good mentality to have, seriously. And some Jewish people say, well, you don't want to be Jewish, you don't have to be Jewish. You can be Christian, you can be Buddhist, whatever. I chose to be an atheist, and I chose not to give a fuck. I don't believe in this Jewish chosen people bullshit. Because if you're gonna look at even the Old Testament, what was in the beginning? In the beginning, it was just people. They didn't have any nationalities. Then they started to build this Babylonian tower, and then they got all spread out all over the world, and you know, different languages, so people kind of not gonna know, like, spread out, right? Then there is a Jewish group of people who like self-righteous and got Torah. And then now we have all a small group of Jewish people who are like right and good, and then the rest of the people are just, you know, whatever, you know, goyim, as Jewish people like to call them. But you know what, that's bullshit. If you wanna get to the world to the point where it was long time ago, before the Babylonian tower, the key to solve that problem is multiculturalism. Learn different languages, learn about somebody else's culture, intermarry, you know? Because if you're gonna do that, globalization and multiculturalism, this is the key to the normal society. If you're gonna stick to this racist bullshit, you Jewish marry only Jew, you Christian marry only Christian, shit like that, this is the key to separatism. You know? But if you're gonna, okay, I'm a man, I'm a woman, we wanna fuck, whatever we wanna do together, yada yada yada, you don't give a fuck about all this cultural bullshit. That's it. And people are gonna learn about each other, they're gonna embrace multiculturalism, and everything gonna be fine. And that's what's going on right now. And the religion, what it does, it basically locks people in this bullshit mentality. I'm Christian, marry Christian, Jewish, marry Jewish, Muslim, I can marry Christian, Muslim and Jewish only, but if we take the religion out, get rid of all this motherfucking useless religion, be free from it, don't follow it, as Miss Maxi pointed out, multiculturalism kicks in and we're gonna look at people as they are, get rid of all the cultural stereotypes. There is a key to better society. And the religion is just a distraction, as she said right. End of America is coming. Well, I don't know. I think America is going to be here a long time. And America is melting pot. Idea of America is actually pretty good because America is multicultural country. And you know, at first I didn't like America, but when I came here, it's like, you know, you can see the whole world in this country. You can see all different cultures, all kinds of different people. And yes, white supremacy is strong here, because all these white people, all these Germanic tribes, which killed blacks and Jews, which is absolutely true. These are the people who rule America. I don't know about Illuminati, but these Germanic tribes, apparently they're the strongest. Jewish people, they are good at sustaining, but they've been oppressed. They're just good at sustaining and preserving, as well as black people. Because blacks are original race, don't forget about that too. So black and Jews, they're kind of like strong people who kind of survive through the oppression. And all these fucking Germanic tribes and their ancestry, all this European ancestry, they're all oppressors. This is who they are, these barbarians who then later accepted Christianity, invaded Europe, colonized Africa and moved to America. That's it. But I don't think the end of America is coming. I think that hopefully the new century of multiculturalism is coming. And hopefully things gonna be alright. But I'm not certain about it. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. All the best to you guys. Peace out. Later.